Um, so writing CVs for first-time filmmakers tend to fall into a little trap, and they don't describe on their CVs what they've really done. They give the impression they've been executive producers or directors or producers or directors of photography or whatever for a film, and they don't put it in context. And I think it's really helpful if they say actually it was a short film, it was a student film, because people get confused, the people reading it get confused and think actually it might have been a movie, and it might have been a big movie, they just haven't heard of it. So I think it needs to be in context, and people need to realise actually it's a student film. And just to be honest about what it is you did. And the other thing is that the people giving the jobs, they want people to solve problems for them, as opposed to, they're not hiring another director, they're not hiring another executive producer, apologies, but what they want is someone who understands the industry, understands the job roles, and can solve things for them and help them. So being very grandiose to start off with really doesn't help. So it's finding all those core skills and identifying all those core skills that you've got, that then you can give back to the person that's actually giving you the job. So people who have come from a student environment where they've done lots of roles, they do lots of roles because necessity makes them do those lots of roles, and they might have done a bit of sound recording, bit of camera work. But by and large, that doesn't happen, because when you get to a big production, you've got lots of people, and basically they're specialists. And I think it's quite maybe a shock going into real industry, because suddenly you find you're not just holding a microphone. It's suddenly the responsibility is a lot bigger, and therefore you have to be dedicated. And I think that's possibly why it's also quite useful to, when you go into industry, don't try and become something you think you are and being very grandiose. Don't try and become an executive producer, because you're not. But trying to do something and then see where the playing field is, because I think you'll be surprised that actually the skill sets you need to do those log jobs are quite higher than they were before. And that's why you need to specialise. And I think it's better to specialise in the confines of a safe environment. There's a horrible phrase that everyone uses called sink or swim. Don't worry, you can sink or swim. And it's one of the most macho, overused phrases ever, because you can sink as well as you can swim. And what you want to do is swim, but you want to swim slowly.